This is the Command the Commute podcast.
Talking about the game, going to the game.
We're on?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. We're back. We are back. We're back. We're back. We're going back to the stadium. We're commanding the commute.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah, back to what we were saying on last podcast about what we should call the pod when we're commanding the commute. I think, looking back on that, I'm a dumbass.
See, I've totally forgotten that conversation, so I've moved on.
I for whatever reason, I just felt like we're always commanding the commute when we do a pod. But like when we're on the road, going to the game, recording the pod, the way that the pod was designed to be, I just felt like it was something different, but it's not. This is the pod. That shit that we do at home in the home office during the off season, that's nothing. We're on the way to the stadium. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Ready for it.
And we were just talking, so it's season 3 of Jayden Daniels. It's season 3 of the new ownership. It's season 3 of us being season ticket holders. It's season 2 of the podcast.
But those numbers are accurate.
Yeah, and we're just getting started here. Football is back, and I'm pumped. I mean, there's been a couple preseason games on. I haven't really sat down to watch one in its entirety.
There's no reason to. It's preseason. It ultimately doesn't matter.
It's also football, so it's just fun to see highlights back on TV and just getting back into games being on and everything that comes with it.
I mean, that's your perspective, and that's wonderful for you, but if I weren't a season ticket holder, I wouldn't be going to a preseason game and wouldn't care about it, because especially week 1 preseason, we're watching people who are going to be bagging groceries by 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. So, it doesn't matter. Okay, it just doesn't matter.
If any of our listeners know anybody that has tried out with an NFL team, it'd be great if they tried out for the Commanders. Like if anybody knows a player that's been through preseason football, we would love to get them onto the pod. So just send them this and tell them that, hey, you should check these guys out. Reach out to us, DM us, tell us, because I'd love to kind of pick their brains about really what it's like. Hard Knocks gives us that insight.
Yeah, and I will admit I haven't watched any of the Hard Knocks yet.
I need to.
That's on my list of things to do this weekend.
And on my list of things to do this weekend is to re-steal your HBO login so I can do that as well. Did it start?
I think they're 2 episodes in, I believe.
Raiders, right? Or Seahawks?
No, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, they're 2 episodes in, I believe.
So for our new listeners, this is the Command the Commute podcast, where we obviously press record when we leave my driveway and we upload when we get to the stadium. And just to give you a little bit of an agenda for the pod, like I typically do, in the first quarter, we're going to get into what's seemingly dominating a lot of conversations. It's making the national headlines, and all the ESPNers are commenting on it, so we must comment on it. But this JD5 versus LSU topic we're going to kind of touch on.
It's the hot topic of the last, I'd say, 24 hours.
Yep. So we got to talk about that. Then we've got in the second quarter, we're going to touch back on what we have been talking throughout the entire offseason, which is who's going to be our wide receiver 2. And now we know that it's Stefon Diggs. And what did I text you as soon as that signing came through?
Something like, thank God.
What a relief.
Thank God that's done.
It's a relief. And it's not necessarily for it specifically being Diggs, but
just that position in general.
Wide receiver 2's locked up, and it seemed like it was just a huge hole, so I'm glad. But we'll touch in a little bit more on Stefon Diggs. And then to kind of wrap up our all-season depth check segment, we got to touch on the defense, because we are much improved across the board on the defense, like in my opinion, and on everyone now. I hope I'm not eating these words later on in the season, but it appears as though we did everything we could through free agency and in the draft to kind of boost that up. So we get into some of those guys on the defense. And then as we get closer to the stadium, we're going to go into our Beast and Least segments, which we haven't done since we were commanding the commute late last season. So we're going to get into our Beast and Least of the NFC East and kind of touch on who's the Beast of the offseason, who's the least of the offseason, and kind of get into all of that. And then obviously we'll have a little bit of a hodgepodge section, I'm sure. We get a little bit long-winded here on these road pods because obviously we've got, what's the GPS say? Hour 38.
Hour 37.
Hour 37, and that's accounting for a little bit of traffic, but this won't be an hour 37-minute podcast.
No.
We'll take a couple of little breaks for you guys, but hey, let's just get right into it here, Mike. What are you most excited about for this season? Just the whole, when I say this season, I'm not necessarily saying football. I'm not necessarily saying season ticket holders or tailgate aspect. It doesn't necessarily even have to be about our team, but like, what are you most excited about this season?
For us, the year 3 bounce back for JD, hopefully. And of course, this has nothing to do with what the soon-to-be discussion is, but always would like to see Burrow do well, and Cowboys to continue to implode.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. It seems like you're predicting and manifesting a lot of stuff there, which I like. I mean, if that's what you're looking forward to, I'm looking forward to going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, let's not jump our skis too much, okay?
I'm looking forward to seeing. I honestly think, and this isn't necessarily a prediction segment, but because we'll have time for that as we get closer to the season, but I think we're going to see a combination of what we saw last season and what we saw the season before. So I'm not necessarily predicting 12-5 like we saw in 24. Am I good?
Yeah, you are good on my side.
All right, we're good. So I'm not predicting 12-5 like we saw in 24, but I'm not seeing the opposite in 5-12 like we saw last year either. Was it 5-12 or did we only get to 4?
No, it was
5.
It was 5-12 because it was the reverse or inverted number from the previous year. We went 12-5 to 5-12. This year will be something like 10-7.
I hope. I hope that's kind of what we're seeing. Of course, I'd love to see better than that, but I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, I think after last season, I would take 10-7. I wouldn't. I mean, yes, you're right. You want something better than that, but let's not ask for it. Okay, I think 10-7 is a reasonable expectation. To have another 12-5 season, I think is above expectations, just a hair.
Yeah, and especially with that Stefon Diggs signing. What the hell is this person doing?
Kind of driving in the middle of the road.
Oh, okay. See, that's what you get. Don't command the commute.
taking their half out of the middle plus some.
Yeah. At least we're not in big old coach for this podcast. Yeah. We typically have my mom's big old camper van with a kitchen and a bathroom and an awning and everything and all of our tailgate stuff.
But we're not really tailgating for this game, obviously, because it starts at 7, and if all holds true, we'll be there about 6:30ish. So
now in 24, we were in our upper level seats, which are row 1.
Yes.
Last year, we kind of dipped our toes into the club level to see what that was all about, but we held on to our upper level seats. But
we treated ourselves.
We treated ourselves last season for sure.
We had the resources to do it at that time,
right.
So we
downgraded a little bit. We came off of the club level, and
I wouldn't say we downgraded. We stayed within our means. What we could reasonably afford, we stuck with. We didn't
let's
go out.
Part of the club level part of the club level decision from last year was because we went to the NFC Championship game and we were so jacked up about last season that we wanted to have better seats to do so.
But the reason we don't have them again this year is because they increased the price by $1,000 and just totally went outside of anything that we could remotely
Well, yeah, for
afford.
$1,000 more. Now, granted that I appreciate that those tickets come with a parking pass and free food, but I wasn't about to eat $1,000 worth of free food this season.
Yeah.
We like to tailgate and eat our own food anyway, but to say all that, one of the things that I'm excited about is just committing to our front row, upper level seats. And I really love those seats. You get to see the whole field. You get to see the whole stadium.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with our upper level seats where we are at.
For people considering season tickets, when you go and look, and they got all the salespeople there, of course, they're asking you like you're a crazy person, why do you want to go up top? But it's nice up top. I don't care what they say. And let's be honest, based upon what they've been showing about the new stadium and what do they call that? With that they're calling that, they're going to charge us.
It's like a
$10,000 or whatever. For
it's $15,000, and it's like a licensing fee of some sort. You literally own that seat, and so they charge you $15,000. But I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into it, so I'm hoping it's like a lifetime kind of payment plan, like a one-time kind of thing that you can spread out over the course of years. Because I don't think any person, regardless of the section that you sit in, has that kind of money to put down up front on top of the money for the actual season ticket. So it's like $15,000.
$15,000 is a hell of a vacation
for the seat, and then plus your, what we're paying, which is in the $1,000 ballpark, whatever, for the season tickets themselves.
Yeah.
I'll try to pull something up.
I don't care about it right now, but between now and the next podcast, I'm going to deep dive into that ahead of.
But all the new stadiums are doing that kind of licensing ownership of the seat.
They're going to need to sell me on it. I mean, we're going to do it.
Right, but
schmooze me.
Right, but like I said, I don't have that kind of upfront money, so I'm hoping that particular...
It's 2030, start saving now.
That particular part of the finances can be spread out over,
How many days are between now and the season opener 2030?
I have no idea, but I've got other things that I'm, life putting money away, and it's just not in my current finances.
How the hell are we supposed to go on another cruise if we got to save up for these 2030 season tickets already?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm excited for our seats. Obviously, we're in the red zone lot, so I love tailgating in the red zone lot, so I'm pumped about that. And I'm pumped about our defense. We're going to get into that in our depth check segment, but just about things that we're excited about. I'm excited about our defense because I do think that we made improvements. Now, obviously, we don't really know a whole lot about our defensive coordinator, but in Dan Quinn we trust. So I trust Dan Quinn and his judgment, and let's just hope that this coordinator is a better fit than Joe Witt.
Well, we know Quinn is hoping the same thing because his job depends on it.
Yeah, he's all over those hot seat lists that are coming out this time of year.
And, I said that last season.
Yeah.
So before anyone else was talking about it, we were talking about it on here, just so we're clear. But let's dive into topic number uno.
Yep.
I don't know too much about it. I just heard about it a couple hours ago. I don't necessarily have too many thoughts at this time. I don't know enough about the situation to have any thoughts, I would say.
Has there ever been a conversation with your family about that issue? Like, you ever thought about that? Like, since you left, like, they haven't used it on it? Like,
Yeah, they told me that they wouldn't use it again. But you never know. You never know what happens.
Little bit of traffic here as we get on to 70 at the Smithsburg-Boonesboro exit, coming up over the mountain here to get to Frederick. A little bit of traffic if you're coming this way to get to the stadium. But, okay, a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, especially for a Friday going this direction, it shouldn't be quite.
They're going to the game. They're going to the game. But we're commanding the commute. That's all I know. All right, so that was Burrow on this whole LSU JD5. Of course, Burrow was the Heisman National Champion quarterback for LSU before Jayden Daniels won the Heisman for them.
Correct.
And so I think it obviously warranted that they ask him that question, but I think he handled that gracefully, kind of saying, I don't really know what's going on with that. What's going on with that, Mike? Tell me.
The short version, which is the only version, is this. Burrow, since he left college, no player has worn his number. It's not officially retired, but no one has worn that number, okay?
Yep.
Now, JD, Lane Kiffin, who's the new head coach, and he's a moron, is allowing their cornerback, I think it is, to wear that number because apparently he was promised the number 5 number before he even got to LSU.
Right.
Okay? So now...
Quarterback's name is DJ Pickett, by the way.
It doesn't matter. So he's wearing the number instead of, I think, the number 3 that he was wearing last season. And of course, JD's lawyers, i.e. probably his mom, sent them a cease and desist letter, and they cannot use his likeness in any form or fashion. And JD is, I would say, rightfully upset to an extent that, they are allowing someone else to wear his number, and he feels that diminishes his contribution to LSU and the history that he made there as the Heisman winner and all of that, when again, by comparison, no one has worn Joe Burrow's number, but yet we're allowing JD's number to be back in circulation. So that's the story.
Yeah. Yep, that's basically what I got to.
Very good.
So, what do you feel, how do you feel about it? Because I guess from Jayden Daniels' perspective, it's like he was told one thing, nobody will ever wear your number.
Correct.
He was told that. He must have been. Right?
Yeah, no, he was told that.
So no one will ever wear your number because of what you did. And then they I'm sure they still have his face and his jersey and all of his stuff plastered everywhere.
Which is why
I'm sure they've called on him for several things since he's won Rookie of the Year in 24.
I'm sure.
Type stuff. I don't know that for sure, but I have to assume, these star players leave your college, you still lean on them for a lot of things. And so I can kind of see it from that perspective of like, well, what? Wait, they told me one thing, they backtracked on it, but they still want to use me to make money for themselves and recruit good players, but whatever. So I get that. And then the other side of it too, I guess, is a cease and desist to not use my name and likeness at a school that I won the Heisman at is just a little bit harsh.
That's exactly where I'm at. I think that might be a step too far.
Regardless of what you were told about the jersey, I mean, that just seems a bit harsh because
Correct.
the fan
I
base
agree,
will take it a
yes.
specific kind of way.
But specific to the jersey, if a former Joe Burrow Heisman winner, if his number isn't in circulation, even though neither number is officially retired, if his number isn't in circulation, then it's only fair, given that they've both accomplished the same thing, that JD's number also not be in circulation. And if he was told and given the impression that his number would no longer be of use, then I think the university should stick to that.
The only difference between the two, they both won the Heisman, but Burrow won the national championship.
Right. That's
That's the difference. But it's like, if you are going to retire the number based upon the Heisman, then there's no difference. You know, if Burrow
Correct.
didn't win the Heisman but won the national championship, would we still be having the same number conversation? Because maybe that's told when you win the Heisman, like, this is being awarded. Not just the Heisman's being awarded to you, but us as LSU is going to retire your number or protect it, which is this whole other discussion that we've been having as Commander fans over the past week or so, because obviously in acquiring Stefon Diggs, and this kind of transitions perfectly into our second quarter conversation of, you know, the Diggs, but part of him coming on board was him wanting to wear the number 7. So that was Joe Theismann on Kevin Sheehan earlier this week when asked about, you know, this whole topic of whether or not Stefon Diggs should be able to wear number 7. Now, as we know, we didn't really have retired jerseys. That wasn't really our organization's stance. Now, they protected them. Now, what the difference is between the two of those, I don't really know. But his number, I don't know if it was necessarily protected or not. I mean, he's basically saying, why are they asking me? This is up to the organization. If the organization wants to let him wear 7, let him wear 7. It's not up to me. Now, if it was retired and then they wanted special treatment or whatever, I can kind of see how maybe there's a conversation there. But also, Dwayne Haskins went through this whole same conversation, and Theismann, I think, did give his blessing of sorts.
Yes, he did.
And so to kind of backtrack, it's like, wait, you did that with Haskins. Like you said it was fine with Haskins. And maybe it was because he was a quarterback playing the same position, rookie coming in, hoping to be our new franchise guy. And it's looked at from a little bit of a different perspective. But at the same time, too, I think now looking back on it, we should have said, like, no, Dwayne, like, pick a different number for your rookie year. If you win Rookie of the Year, maybe we could have another conversation.
Right.
Like, back it up on the field first.
But hindsight is always 20/20.
You know what I mean? Is that so bad to say?
No.
Now, Diggs has established himself as a pro in the league for a long time and can back that up. But at the same time, you're here on a 1-year deal.
Right.
At the butt end of your career. And you're asking for a Legends number. I just feel like it's...
Correct. Those are the reasons, those two right there are the reason why he should not be wearing number 7. Period, exclamation point, end of discussion.
I kind of like the number that he's wearing in training camp. It's been 18. Terry wears 17.
I don't see any problem with 18.
But
But there is no discussion here. He's not. It's not a number he should be wearing. He's on a 1-year deal, and that's probably it. Like you said, he's already established. There's no reason to give him that number other than Diggs thinks he deserves it.
Now, he catches 70, 80 balls and puts together something close to 1,000 yards opposite of Terry, and we sign him to another 2-year deal after that. I don't know. I mean, but I still think probably.
The answer is still no.
And I also think the reason why the answer is no is because I think it's fair to have somebody in the front office approach Diggs and say, hey, look, this doesn't just come on board. We've got Rigo's number we're retiring this year, and Theismann's numbers on the short list of what we're going to consider for the next couple of years or the next couple of jerseys. So, the answer for right now is going to be no. We're going to kind of protect that number until that decision's been made final as a yay or nay. And how can you argue with that?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the organization can say whatever they want and say, nope, we've got to pick a different one. What's the other one? And they don't really have to give them much of an explanation. But if you
think of it, and they're also asking Joe because of his history with the team and what he did. So it's a respect thing in the sense of like the media asking him, do you think they should let someone use your number because of your accomplishments for the franchise? They wouldn't ask someone who didn't have those accomplishments.
Right. And it really is kind of unfair to put the retired Hall of Fame, or he's not in the Hall, but retired legend. It's kind of an awkward spot to put him in, because in these days what happens is just like it just goes out there on social media, and then in a roundabout way it gets brought up to them. I mean, at least that's how it seems like it's happened to us.
Yeah.
I think maybe in other situations what should really happen is the player reach out to the legend, like over phone call, or set something up in person to say, this is what, let me sell it to you, I'll treat your number right, sell it however you want to, but that should be the way that it does happen. But even still, I feel like it's an awkward spot for one of those guys to give their blessing on wearing my number. Not to mention, look, these guys were with the team for 8 years and 30 years ago, and you're asking me if a current guy should wear my numbers. Like, why are we still having this conversation? You guys have set foot on a football field since the late 80s, so why are we even talking about it? This decision should have been settled by now. Can he wear the number or not? So I just get a little annoyed with it, but not with Diggs specifically. But let's get into Diggs specifically. I mean, I'm excited that we signed him. I told him, hey, real quick, are we taking the 270 route?
We can. We normally do. But
I mean, we talked about the GPS on the way. Are we going to hit traffic?
Follow the GPS and whatever.
All right, this is the way we're going. We're going to 270, and I hope there's no traffic. There's going to be traffic.
We're gonna follow the GPS
and in the commute. In the commute.
Where it leads, we'll go.
Yeah, but Diggs, what a relief to have that wide receiver 2 hole filled.
Yeah, glad we ended with him. Obviously,
Get over. What's his license plate? Is that Alaska?
I have no idea, because Aiyuk would have been a disaster, and I don't think it's a coincidence that since we signed Diggs, you haven't heard anything, social media or otherwise, from Aiyuk. So
yeah, you're right. I don't think we have. It still mumps the word out there with him.
And
Cat got your tongue?
We talked about this the other week, or at least that's what I told you. He's not going to play anywhere this season. He's so toxic right now. No one's going to touch him. And if they do, it'll be some team like Cleveland Browns or,
Yeah, I
someone like
goes
that.
to the Browns. It seems like he'd fit in well there, right?
But but otherwise, I don't think he winds up anywhere until next season, 2027.
I think he lands somewhere. It depends on what the Niners do. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a 49er.
True, but he's not showing up for them in any way, shape, or form.
No. He's never going to play for him again. But this is a lesson learned to a lot of players out there. It's like when you sign a contract.
The lesson is just do what you're fucking told by your employer. If you're told to go to physical therapy, do your workouts and your check-ins, do what they're asking you to do. It's not that hard.
I tend to agree. But back to our room. With the, you know what, it dawned on me with Diggs coming in to fill that. It's like we didn't have a wide receiver 2, but I feel like we have a lot of wide receiver 3s. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like, and wide receiver 4s. I feel like there's a lot of guys that we have that have good talent, but now it's a question of who's going to be left out, who's not making the team, because everybody that was fighting for that wide receiver 2 spot, now all of a sudden it's not looking so great, because you've got Luke, you've got Jalen Lane, you've got our rookie Antonio Williams, then you've got Trey Burks, who had the catch of the year last year. Then we've got Van Jefferson, and who am I forgetting? Oh, De'Ami Brown. Now, I think just at first glance, De'Ami Brown seems like the guy that's like first out the door, but also, why did we bring him back? Why did we bring him back? I have got to think that we brought him back because they must have asked Jayden, hey, you had a good chemistry with De'Ami, right? And he probably said yes. If he said no, they wouldn't have brought him back.
I'm switching things around so we avoid the toll road.
Yeah, we don't want no toll.
Thank you. So just follow that.
All right. But you feel me with that De'Ami Brown thing? Like, why did we sign him if we were just gonna cut him as for roster? Because now he's not beating out the other guys. He's not beating out the other guys.
I think we signed him because the history, like you were talking about, and just because it's what every team does. You sign an excess of, especially wide receivers or any position that you think you want to look at, and you just start signing people and sort of see how things shake out. And I think, again, like you said, we re-signed him because, if for no other reason, because of the history with the team. That was it. If he didn't have the history with us, we probably wouldn't have signed him.
Right. But I gotta think that Luke makes the team because his ability to be a return man.
I would be shocked if he doesn't make the team.
I gotta think that Jalen Lane and Antonio Williams both make the team because Jalen Lane, he had some spurts for us last year, but it was his rookie year, so he's still on his rookie contract. He's got to make the team. And because of that same fact, I think our rookie Williams makes the team as well. So that just kind of leaves Trey Burks, Van Jefferson, and De'Ami Brown. And we're not going to carry 8 wide receivers into the season on the roster.
Not on the main roster. So you got to think there's a spot for one person on the active and one person on the practice squad.
I got to think any of these guys, as soon as they get cut, that they re-sign with another team on our squad. But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up going to another team. But Yeah, what a relief. I'm really excited for Diggs. I mean, what we said
Yeah,
about him a while back was that, his skill set is comparable in a lot of ways to Terry.
And he's a hometown guy.
Hometown guy. He seems like he's been kind of outside of just stirring up some drama with the number debate.
But
Seems like he's
right, how
on his best behavior, more or less.
Right. I mean, we talked about the press conference he had the other week. I mean, he certainly, as a person of his stature, should. He doesn't lack in confidence.
No.
So, I mean, that's a good thing. As long as he, like I told my mom and I were talking about it last night, as long as he continues to recognize that he is the number 2, everything should be fine.
I don't see how he couldn't. I mean, everybody knows that Terry's a fan favorite. So, yeah, I gotta think.
But I'm excited to have him on the team. I think if he puts up anything close to what he's done in years past, it'll be a productive year for him and for us.
Yeah, I mean, he was productive last year, didn't have a lot of snaps, and still put together a really productive season. Now the Patriots were a good team, but I think so are we. So, hey, let's take a little bit of a break here and get into our depth check segment. Depth check. Defense. Mikey, the defense. Could it have been more pathetic last year?
No. I mean,
it was bad.
It was the icing on the cake of a crappy year, a crappy team. We were just shit all the way around. So it was just one more thing.
I'll miss Bobby Wagner as a teammate and as a leader, but he wasn't helping us in coverage at all last year.
No. So anything that they did, could do, have done to improve, I mean, can't possibly be any worse. So
no, we're not going to be worse. And I'm excited with a lot of the additions. So let's kind of start up front. We brought Tim Settle back. He spent some time with us early in his career. We drafted him. And we brought him back into the fold because we need some help on the D-line. And then, of course, you got your boy, Deron Payne, who I predicted last year was going to have a big year. And just was so-so. But our entire D as a whole was just so-so.
Which is exactly why, he had a below average year.
If the rest of the D's not good, then the D linemen aren't going to get known for anything.
Correct.
And then we got Adafe Owe on the edge, Javon Kinlaw on the edge, and then Kalavion Chason, a new edge guy. Some of these guys are DNs, and some of them are outside linebackers. They're kind of interchangeable, but to each their own. And then we've got Sonny Styles, our rookie in the middle, our freak, the guy that I'm really excited about.
Big things are going to happen
I think we're going to get to see him play tonight. I think we're going to get to see a lot of our defensive guys play. I hope so,
but,
at least. So at least I think so.
But everything that I'm seeing, yes, you're right. But everything that I'm seeing, it's going to be a very vanilla defense. Don't expect anything too flashy. It's just going to be basic coverages, basic plans.
Yeah.
So don't expect.
I think preseason
anything.
is more practice and preparing for the coaches than anything else. Getting to the rhythm of getting the plays in at a certain time frame, getting the players hearing everything through the mics in their helmets. I think it's more of how can we improve on the little things throughout the game, and a lot less to do with like the football itself. Of course, they want to do the football itself right, and that's kind of why they put it in these simple packages to just kind of say, look, this is what we're doing. Let's just be really good at the simple stuff.
Right.
So I'm not surprised to hear that, because that's how offenses are kind of set up anymore too. You might see one or two plays, and depending upon the second and third stringers, they'll take their own chances if they get them, but who knows? But the rest of the defense, I'm really excited about our cornerbacks, our defensive backs, our safeties, our secondary, because Malik Robertson is a guy from Detroit that I'm super excited about. Nick Cross was a guy from safety from the Colts that I'm excited about. And then Trey Amos, man, I just saw that he was one of the guys that caught the injury bug last year, and then came back to practice.
Caught it again.
Sprained his ankle. So I'm hoping it's not something that's going to linger forever and he can get back on the field, because I'd really like to see Trey Amos and, of course, Sandestrill. But I like our defense.
The potential is there.
The potential is there. We're definitely improved. And then Leo Chenal. I mean, our linebackers feel like they're good between Sonny Styles and Leo Chenal. This Leo Chenal guy from Kansas City, I'm excited to see him run around on the field, because from everything that I've seen and the research I've done and the highlights I've watched, the guy seems like a ball hawk. He seems like he's fast. Kind of reminds me of when we had Will Compton. But yeah, I mean, anybody you're kind of excited? Any additions? Or, I mean, of course we got the new coordinator as well, so it's a total revamp, more or less.
Well, I think it's going to be, for me, I think it's going to be a mixed bag with the new coordinator. Like, I'll wait to see what happens in the regular season.
Yeah.
Before I get too worked up, because with a new coordinator, you just never know. So, like, I don't really have a firm opinion.
That's fair. That's fair. Yep, that's fair. But I'm hoping we're much improved. I mean, we did spend some free agent dollars. We did spend some draft picks. I would have liked to see a little bit more drafting on the D side, but we did take Sonny Styles with the first pick. So how much more we're really
right? And had we not done that, you probably would have seen more on the free agency side and stuff like that, making moves. But, when you take Sonny in the first round like that, I mean, that's pretty much, that's your defense right there.
Yeah. And last podcast in our depth check segment, we talked about the offensive line, and I don't know how we can't not bring up the fact that Laremy Tunsil is, man, what a big loss that is for us.
Yeah, that one's gonna sting.
Yeah, I think
because he's
all
but
had
out.
Time to think about this now, because when it first happened, our boy TOM, that is our loyal listener and a contributor to the podcast, he asked us both what we thought of that, and you said it's kind of like a check line. We'll deal with it when we have issues with it. But like, the problem with that mentality is that by the time we realize that we have an issue at that position, Jayden Daniels is hurt. We really don't have time to waste. I wouldn't be shocked if we find ourselves a left tackle in free agency, whichever the best free agent left tackle is. Or maybe we wait till roster cuts get through and we see who doesn't make a team. Maybe there's a guy out there that has been scouted in the past that we like.
I mean, that's probably more likely what's going to happen, because no one's made, I'll say, significant cuts just yet.
No.
So, yeah, you got to wait. I'd probably say 2 more weeks, maybe a week and a half, see what kind of movement happens.
So Brandon Coleman's filling that spot. I don't know how confident I am. I mean, I'd like to be, but the good thing is this injury happened now and not week 1. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean we're in a much better spot now than if it happened week 1. If it happened week 1, then you really are scrambling.
I know that Adam Peters is kind of scratching his head to figure out how he can, because the thing is, we just extended, restructured, whatever. We just signed Tunsil this past offseason, and obviously we need to protect Jayden as much as we can. So I wouldn't be shocked if
you're gonna just stay in this lane, stay to your left.
Gotcha. We're on 270, getting ready to merge on 495. I'm hoping the traffic stays like this. We're moving pretty good, but we're getting close here. GPS has us at about 40 minutes away, so I'm gonna try to book it. I'm gonna try to zigzag through here a little bit once we get on 495. Trying to make up a little bit of time from that traffic we sat in. Let's get there. I want to have a JD on the rocks before the game, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time. It's not enough time. But, yeah, so where were we at? We were wrapping up defense. And Laremy Tunsil, dude, God, I think we're going to sign somebody. I'd like it if we found somebody that has experience.
Yeah,
they're right here. I want somebody that's got experience at left tackle and right tackle, if possible. Is that guy out there? Let me give me somebody that's got a little bit of experience at both, because once Tunsil gets healthy, it'd be nice to have some extra depth. But I know that's a tough ask. We shall see. But let's take this right into our Beast and Least segment. What do you think, Mike?
Sounds like a plan.
Dallas sucks. Go Birds. It's the greatest city in the world.
It was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Go Birds! E-L-D-S-E-S-E-S!
Washington football team.
NFC East. From Beast to Least. So, Beast and Least of the NFC East for the whole offseason, Mike, we're talking about. So, when we were kind of pre-planning for the pod, I was saying we should do this segment, and I threw out one. John Harbaugh is a beast to the New York Giants. Now, I don't know if the Giants are a beast for it or if John Harbaugh gets the beast, but I do think that that's a good fit for the organization and for John Harbaugh. And I've always rooted for Harbaugh as a Ravens head coach. I mean,
that's exactly what I was going to say. I think that addition right there I think you're right. It's a twofold. The coach and the team. That addition to the team automatically makes them a beast because they've made some other additions as well. But just that alone as your head coach automatically puts you in the conversation.
Yeah. Now, as a little caveat to that, just to put on record my opinion about the Harbaugh Giants, I'm still not 100% sold on Jackson Dart and
I think it's too early.
I'm still not 100% sold. I mean, he just, to me, looks like a better Heineke. Somebody argue against that? I mean, tell me I'm crazy for feeling that way, but he's bigger than Heineke, but their play is, he plays with passion, which is good, but I also don't think he's the most accurate passer of all time. But he can make things happen on the field.
But remember, they had their head coaching change throughout the season last year, so you have to take that into consideration. So I think it's a tad bit too early to
Harbaugh's the perfect coach to bring the most out of him. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm not eating those words, but I don't know. But yeah, so we'll plug Harbaugh in as a beast. Did you have a least?
I didn't really think about a least. So
I've got a couple leasts, and I've got a couple more beasts too. So we'll kind of go back and forth. But as a least, you got to put AJ Brown and the Eagles as a least, because all them, all that talk last year, them trying to deny that, like, he's been on his way out the door for the last 2 seasons, and this move kind of proves it. And they tried to make it seem like, nah, he's fine, we're all good, like, me and Jalen Hurts and Saquon, we have our players only meeting and all that kind of stuff. We're all good. We're all on the same page. And it's like, you weren't. You're not. Now, maybe he was the problem, but even still, I'm plugging the Eagles and AJ Brown as a lease, just because you tried to make us. You tried to fool us, but we weren't fooled. We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah. So. And then another beast, and I hate to give credit where credit is due, but and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but the Cowboys, the Cowgirls down there in Dallas have they've got a better defense than they did last year. I'm not gonna say that their defense will be the beast of the East all season long, but I do want to just say,
I mean,
like,
they already think that they're,
I mean, but yeah, the Cowboys always look good on paper. So there's that. But I will give them a little props and say that I think that they did some things on defense that that they're going to be improved. But then again, so did Big. So F-all.
Can't wait to see how the curtains work out at the stadium.
Yeah.
That's their big adjustment.
Oh, they finally got curtains for the sun.
I don't know if they actually have purchased them yet, but there are discussions about installing curtains.
Fun. Yeah, I hope they install the curtains. I'd like to see that. That'd be. Why not blinds? Just put some blinds in there, Anyway, so and then another least that I was thinking about was Brandon Aiyuk.
I mean, that goes without saying.
He's not in the NFC East.
We've been talking about it all.
He wants to be in the NFC East so bad, and obviously he's at least. Yeah, we're a little stop and go. Hey, maybe I should go through this gorge here like Tony Romo. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. But, what about that? Maybe Tony Romo should be a least of the NFC East for this offseason.
He may not even have a job here in a couple of weeks.
He's on indefinite leave for that role. But honestly, kind of feel bad for Tony. But
CBS has been angling to get rid of him for a couple of years now because
his drinking habit.
No, actually, what I've been reading is that he does not prepare for the games in the way that he should. So they haven't been happy with him for a while. So this might be because of the morals clause that they put in all the contracts.
Where'd you hear that? Are these just rumors?
It's all over. If you read an article on it, they'll tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all over. So,
I actually watching the body cam footage of that whole DUI traffic stop, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit.
It's the open can that was in the car.
Right.
Only feel bad to an extent.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly. Because if there wasn't that, then...
Right, if there wasn't that, then yes, you could feel bad for him because the video alone...
These Cybertrucks look like Pinewood Derby cars.
But I'm telling you, when you've got the open can, they're going to nail you every time. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And but that, honestly, that wasn't really even kind of brought up during the traffic stop. If you were the police officer, you would have just said, well, Tony, there was an open can of beer in your... Because they asked him about his shooters or whatever he had in his bag, and his first comment, they were undrank, right? And obviously they were undrank, but you had them.
But you phrased it in the form of a question.
Yeah, and the other thing I've kind of feel like she just kind of assumed because he was coming from a golf course that he was drunk. Now, if if that was
I mean,
me,
you can speak to
if
that
was
more
me,
than
it would have been a good assumption to have. But he was probably playing in like some kind of qualifier. Like Tony Romo's a really good golfer. I think he's gotten his tour card.
he's
so
going to be a
he's-
real good cellmate.
He's not going to jail. He's not going to jail. If he was Joe Schmo, whoever, a lawyer would get him out of that whole thing. But because everybody in the United States, for the most part, knows about his DUI arrest, it's going to have a little bit more scrutiny. He'll have to do some community service or whatever, but he'll be all right. He'll find his way back on his feet. He'll be a commentator for something here in a couple years. He'll find his way back. And you know what? Sometimes that's what needs to happen. Now, not a guy that we won't see back commentating is Mark Sanchez. I
No,
bet we won't see him.
No, you won't.
We need to look that up. When's that trial, or when's that court
That's a
case?
good thing. I mean, not that I've forgotten about it because I haven't, but I haven't gone looking for the
There's been no updates. Go ahead. You want over F-150? Use your blinker and get over. Jeez. You're welcome. That's a kind of pathetic way to be.
But so with Romo, they replaced him with J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. Anybody else Beast Least thinking about an NFC?
No, I thought we
East?
kind of wrapped that up and rolled right into our hodgepodge.
Yeah, let's get into our hodgepodge section of the podcast as we get close to the stadium here.
Hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hodgepodge. In some ways, this is kind of one of my favorite segments of the pod because we don't have a responsibility to keep it on task.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of random things. Right?
So I'll start it off, man. Ted Lasso is back.
Yeah, have you been watching?
Yeah.
Great first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I like the direction that they are going. I
It
don't
really
think they've lost a beat.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. They didn't skip a beat. It seems like it's a true continuation of where they were at, even though it was like 3-4 years off.
Right.
So, yeah, I was excited that it came back. And honestly, each of the first 2 episodes had its own kind of like pilot episode aspect of it. You know, they're just kind of kicking things off and like setting the stage for what we're going to see. So yeah, it's such a good show, wholesome, you know, and it hits you in the feels in all the right ways.
All the characters are great. I don't know how you can't like any of the characters.
Yeah, they're all really well cast, really well played. But yeah, excited that Ted Lasso is back. But now, you know, they're gonna have to keep it going. They can't take it away from us again.
Yeah, I mean, it would suck if it ended after this season or something. So yeah, they got to keep it going now.
Yeah, keep it going
because we're reinvested.
At least give us another 3 seasons. You did 3 seasons before. Give us another 3 seasons with the route that they're going. I think that makes sense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, what do you got?
A little bit of football hodgepodge about the value of NFL teams. The Cowboys are...
Oh, you're still on this because of the Seahawks.
No, more. What brought it back to me was the Lakers being sold for like $12.5 billion a couple of days ago to the one Kushner brother and Bob Iger from Disney.
Oh shoot! Well, where was I? I didn't know that.
I don't know where you were, but they sold for about $12.5 billion.
The Lakers sold $12 billion.
So NFL
dollars are crazy.
So NFL teams that are the most valuable. This is the top 10 going in reverse order. So 10 all the way to 1. Okay. 10 is Atlanta Falcons at 9.8.
We don't even make the top 10.
No, because we sold for
I know
6. What was it? 6.2 or something.
Yeah.
9 is the Raiders at 10.1.
Is this our exit right here, by the way?
17, yes, it is.
All right, we're going to skip all these mofos. I ain't waiting in that line. We going to jump in front of somebody.
8 is the Niners at 10.2. Dolphins at number 7, 10.3. 6 is the Eagles at 10.3 as well. Damn. I didn't really look at this list, but somehow the Jets are number 5 at 10.4. It has to be because they're in New York, because otherwise, why would they be worth 10.4 billion? Because they haven't done anything ever. Patriots at 10.4. Giants are number 3 at an even 12. The Rams, because they're in Los Angeles, are 12.7. And the Cowboys, of course, everyone would expect them to be number 1. They are valued at a cool 15.5. And I'm sure that will only go up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it's ever went down.
No, you're not going to go down.
Man, these numbers are surprising, though. Just like, could you imagine, though? Like, I wonder how much we'd have been worth if we were the Redskins and not the fucking Washington football team.
My guess, probably in the 9 range.
That had to have been a huge hit to our value. It was the name and the brand.
Low 9s, high 8s.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
It is, isn't it? I mean, especially, like I said, the Jets, 10.4. Like, you know.
The Jets at 10.4 is crazy.
I mean, the Jets are, in my opinion, valued at wherever the Browns are, which has to be toward the bottom.
I gotta think that we're already worth more than what he paid for us.
Oh, yeah.
And with the new stadium, will be worth so much more. Of course, it's costing him $3.2 billion to make it. So if he's not up into the 9s by then.
Oh, and hopefully he's not selling anytime soon.
No. Well, he can't. He'll bought it for 6.2 with another 3 point whatever billion.
Well, the
investment,
Lakers,
so he'll have
the
$9
Lakers
billion
were sold.
into us.
The Lakers, who I just said sold for 12.5. This is the second time they were sold within a year.
Oh.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but we don't want it. But I'm just saying it's not out of the realm of possibility. And there's all the stadium traffic to get inside the stadium.
Oh, we're gonna jump around.
And look at this.
I know.
I
People don't know how to drive.
We can't do anything. People are honking at us.
They weren't honking at us. They were honking at that dipshit. Oh, we about to get over. We're about to do this.
You're just gonna have to.
We're just gonna have to zip her in like the rest of them.
Yeah.
God, this is miserable. I hope the new stadium doesn't have this horrible parking. Well, let's see. Come on, cruise us up there.
But see, this is good for us. This is how the quote-unquote other half live, who come right at game time, okay?
Yes.
They don't come 3, 4, 5 hours early like we
You're right,
will normally in the regular season.
It's 6:40 right now. So
And
we're
kickoffs in 20 minutes.
Kickoffs in 20. We're just getting it.
So,
But yeah, you're right. We're typically one of the first ones in this. Oh shoot, Mike. I should have broke right there. Let's see if we can zip her in. Man, this is gonna have to be pretty skilled. Oh, I don't think.
I mean,
Oh, what about in front of this white car that just zippered in before? Here, let's give it one of these. Hey, can we get over?
just you gotta wait for this. Whatever.
See, you got a friend in me. See, you just have to be friendly. Just gotta be friendly. Man, that was clutch. We just saved ourselves.
I mean, it would have been no better if you would have went through and had to turn around, because look at it's like 3 lanes there. Look at
that was clutch.
That would have been, that would have been.
Hey, so we saw Spider-Man and the Odyssey. What's the next movie we're gonna go see?
maybe Avengers in December. There's really nothing. I mean, I can't think and I'm the movie guy, but I can't think of anything big coming out anytime soon that would be, worth seeing. Of course, I see anything. It doesn't matter what it is because I got the movie pass.
Yeah. Is this a freaking lane, or did they just make their own lane?
I think it's all no. We've got
Shit, Mike.
we've
We're
got
screwed.
well because we've got to get over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a portion of the podcast that people aren't typically used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll make
We're
it.
gonna right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These lights are new. They don't typically back them up this far, do they?
This setup of lights, this right here has to be new because it wasn't here before. You didn't get one of these lights until you were through the next intersection where we usually hit Sheriff Road.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've made a small improvement. They hung a new light sign.
Well, it doesn't make sense for him to really invest too much into this stadium.
No, I'm not saying that they should.
I guarantee it still looks nicer than Dan Snyder ever kept it. God, remember how horrible of an owner he was? And he was so oblivious to the fact that he was a horrible owner, too. That's what made it worse. Dude, it's football. We're back. We are back. Football is back. You know who's going to get a lot of playing time tonight is Sam Hartman.
He could be on the cut wire.
He should get cut. He should get cut. We should have cut his ass last season when we didn't play him.
That's true because there were instances where
We had an opportunity
where
to play him and we decided not to.
where I even told you like why, and we talked about it in last season just all together, like why weren't we playing him in certain situations?
It's because he sucks. And that's what we argued about. It's like, okay, so just because the guy's got a pretty face, like, when on earth have you ever seen a practice squad quarterback make the Jumbotron? Never.
Yeah, I can't say.
I want to be over in this lane. Yeah, do that. Can you guys get over? I want to go over there.
We need to get over at least 2 more lanes. So
This guy's squeezing it. As far as we know, they're making their own lane down there as well.
yeah.
Is there someone directing traffic or what?
I don't know. There's a lot of merging happening right now, and
I expected more out of the Harris group. This is just redonkulous. And you guys are with us, so we appreciate you commanding the commute with us. We want to give you a glimpse of what the parking lot looks like when we pull in. The whole purpose of this podcast is press and record when we leave the driveway, and we upload when we get to the stadium. We're not going to take any more breaks at this point.
yeah, I mean we're gonna stay stay live.
See, look at this shit. This is how stuff happens.
Yeah,
This guy is crazy. People,
Yeah.
this guy's trying to poke his way through. Oh, you're making a 3-point turn? Where the hell does this guy think he's going? Oh, my. I wish I could be that aggressive.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
I'll drop you off at the front, meet you in there as far as I know.
We'll get
But
there.
we're at a standstill.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating because you really can't see the stadium but like a half mile away from it. It's not like in the middle of a city center where you can see it from miles away. But like you
And-
see the stadium.
And we
just can't move.
we really can't move because we need to get over these 2 or is it 2 lanes or is it 1? Because I can't tell if they
1.5. We need to just find our way. But this guy here, he's not being aggressive enough. Everybody's trying to squeeze over there.
Yeah, and this car's squeezing in here.
Yeah, well, once he squeezes in, I'm going to squeeze over.
It's like crisscross applesauce happening here.
Yeah. Yeah, but football's back, so I'm not really complaining that hard. Hey, Mike, where's our cooler and stuff? Should you pour us a drink while we're sitting here waiting? Should we not put that out there? It's all the way in the back of the trunk.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm thirsty. We might just have to wait to get these beers when we get in there.
I mean, at this point, yeah, there's going to be no.
When you looked at the new and improved discounted food items,
I couldn't find a list of the new and improved discounted items. I couldn't find a list on their app. They just said there's more discounted food, but I couldn't get I couldn't find a detailed list anywhere. And it wasn't even advertised in all the pregame emails that you get.
Right.
I didn't.
This guy's wearing a black Ndamukong Suh jersey with the military camo numbers.
Where? I don't.
He was going by up there.
Oh,
that type of a jersey is a cop-out. You think you're wearing a black jersey to the stadium? Like, we can read that it's a Miami Dolphins jersey. I mean, we're not going to throw stuff at you from a distance, but we know you're wearing a Dolphins jersey. I love it when people go to the games and they just wear black. And it's like, who are you a fan of?
They're
neither.
They're like non-sports fans.
But like, yeah, exactly. If you're a non-sports fan going to a game, at least embrace the home team. Well, it's time someone starts moving.
2 cars just went over.
That's what we're about
in
to
front
do.
of that low-ride Chevy.
I'm good at zippering in. We just need to figure. Are you trying to get over, or is he about to hit us?
No, I think he's just trying to get into this lane. But
that's what we want to do with that dude. Just do it. We want to get over there.
Yeah. But if he hits my car,
this truck is just letting everybody in front of him.
Yeah. See, these. It's like they made another lane over here, so because these fuckers are coming.
I know. And this is the whole thing.
It's just, these people are coming into our lane while we're trying to get over here.
Oh, you know what? This guy's got us. Stick your hand out the window. We'll tell him that we're gonna try. Oh, no, motherfucker! This guy. I almost didn't put. I ain't moving. Stay. No. Keep your window down. Put your hand out. Wait. Point. Man, this is some compelling podcasting that we've got going on. I know it. I know it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Go Tahoe. Go Tahoe. Go. Yeah. See, look at us. We just did what everybody else did. I knew we was going to get all the way
Okay.
over.
All right. Well, we're in the lane we need to be in now.
All right. Now we're good. That's some expertise driving right there.
Well done, Bob. Well done.
But I'll tell you what, everybody else, see, here's what's happening. That lane's coming in here. They want to go to the left. Now, our lane's coming in here. We want to go to the right.
Because that Tahoe that took our spot is over there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all in the stadium entry.
Do you recall this?
Yeah, this has always been here. Yeah.
This is still parking right here always?
Yeah, this has always been here. Yep.
I really remember seeing this whole
it was here last season. Yeah. Again, you don't see it because we're here so early.
They're not even set up yet.
Yeah, they're not even set up yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
But when you're here at game time, yeah, this is set up.
Yeah. $40 parking. Cash and credit. How much does our parking passes end up being? 50?
It's 50 per game. So yeah, $50.
All right. Not worth the $10 discount to be out here in the grass.
No, imagine the walk. No, I'd be dead by the time I got to the stadium.
That's true.
And their golf carts don't come out this far.
That's true too.
So
yeah, that would be just our luck. We're like, can we get a ride back to our car? And they said, where you at? Like out on Bright Seat Drive.
Yeah, the grassy knoll on Bright Seat Road. Well, we don't go that far.
How long do you think we're gonna stay at this game if we even make it there?
Like what? mid third quarters.
Yeah. And we'll see how much fun we're having. We'll see how empty the stadium gets.
And that guy's selling stuff.
That looks like a Keith Lee. He's a hustler. You need a hat? We'll get you a hat.
No, I have my new hat for the season. I'm
Hell
good.
yeah, man. Those fucking black hats with the W.
I just
with the
noticed
arrow
you
coming
didn't.
through.
I noticed you didn't wear yours. I thought,
I was going to match with you, but then I decided to not. I decided to not match. Maybe I'll match next game. But it was considered. Oh, and I noticed you're wearing your Alex Smith jersey.
Mhm.
I'm wearing my Chris Cooley. We both decided to go with our throwback X players for the preseason game.
yeah.
Have we determined which jersey we're going to get for this season? I want to get a new burgundy one. I haven't
I
figured out which players.
am tempted to get the new alternate black uniform, Jayden Daniels.
Oh, you're going to double up? You're going to get two JD5 jerseys?
I might double up this year. I haven't decided, but right now that's where I'm leaning.
Okay. All right. I think if you made me pick, man, it just depends on how he does. Like, I'd like to get a Bill jersey, but like, I'm just not confident. that
No,
he'll
I'm
be on our
telling you,
team for a while.
yeah, stay away from running backs because your luck, our luck, and the way things go, we'll release him at the end of this season or next, and it'll be a proverbial wait.
Well, the Penn State fans listening right now are saying that Katron Allen's our new guy. So.
Now, I mean, and this would be the other way I would lean. You could get a Styles jersey.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Styles jersey, but you know,
But
you run the risk of that Chase Young
you're
scenario.
right, because I've got one of those that I now rarely will wear. Depends what kind of mood I'm in on game day.
Yeah. And then I'm a huge fan of Luvu, but like same deal. I think he's on a contract here. I think this might be his last year under contract.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I want to say he signed a 3-year deal. I don't know. Let's see. These guys aren't wearing any jerseys. Because I've already got a Terry. What about if Chiga Conquo comes on strong? Because he's on a 3-year deal.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
He's our tight end. He's our new tight end.
So there is someone directing traffic,
Yeah.
mucking everything up.
It's just come on. Seriously, you're holding us up. Thanks, buddy. Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Yep. Thank God. So, that's why. Everybody was in our red zone lane?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Jeez.
Everyone-
Now we're rocking and rolling. It only took us forever.
Let me pull up the parking pass.
People get crazy in traffic. Look at all these people.
Yeah. Another reason why you park in the red zone.
Red zone's got that hidden back entrance there. So good. But man, you still got to deal with all that stuff. I wonder if it would have made more sense for us to keep going straight out of there.
And go through like one of these developments here.
We're not as experienced enough to know that. Maybe in year 4 we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Just in time to figure it out, but for us to get to a new stadium and have to figure that shit out, God only knows what that's going to be like. Parking decks, probably.
Honestly, I'm not opposed to parking in a parking deck and tailgating and cooking in a parking deck. Get me away from the elements, you know? We're already not going to have to deal with the snow and the rain when we get inside. So
That's going to be wonderful. It's going to be temperature controlled. We won't have to worry about like...
Right. So put us in a parking garage where we've got a roof over our head and we don't have to worry about that stuff. We're not throwing footballs. We don't need the space. So that's my thoughts. That's my 2 cents.
I have to say that's the one thing about the new stadium is the roof and not being exposed to the elements.
Yeah. I've never even been inside a stadium with a roof.
I mean, I toured the Cowboy Stadium when we were in Texas all those years ago, but I've never watched a game in a stadium with a roof.
Right. They're going to ask to see us our place here.
Probably. I've got the.
I know you do. Just pick my phone.
Might as well go ahead and put your turn signal on.
Hail to the Redskins. Hail victory. Well, it's 6:57. It's not kickoff time yet, but by the time we park in our parking spot, they will be kicking that ball.
Yep.
Oh, geez. We're going to make this turn and have to stand in another long-ass line to get in there.
Yep.
Jeez. This is why you don't get here at game time. But,
We
we
didn't
get
have
off
a
at
choice.
5. We get off at 5. They decided to have the game at 7 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah. Which was probably a mistake, number one. But
Yeah. I'm telling you what, I'm getting hungry.
yeah.
Here we go now. Let's go, people. I guess this is informative podcasting for those that want to try to get to the game right in and around kickoff. That
Don't.
you're going to be hit with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You're going to be hit with this kind of stuff. And we really appreciate everybody that's been hanging through this. This is not very compelling content, but, we're making the most of it. Oh, I'm hearing fireworks go off at the stadium. You hear that?
Because that's.
They introduced the team.
Yeah. At some point, they got to let us over. Jesus.
Stop yelling at. Question is, do we have anywhere to go?
Just.
Jeez. What's going on? Waiting on this damn red light so we can pull in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Jeez, these guys are pretty pathetic at directing.
Yeah.
They're just yelling.
That was a whole nother clusterfuck
All
there.
right, so we've made our first entrance. Now we're in a line of about 100 cars to get into the red zone lot where we can scan our passes and park. And we're going to be parking next to a porta pot, or as close to one as we can get, if you catch my drift.
We'll end up where we end up. At this time, you get what you get.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. But I'll tell you what, Mike, I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna put this sucker in park. Well, we need a drink. We gotta get pumped up for this game. Let me pull up. Keep the listeners compelled.
don't go back there. It's in the back seat.
Yeah.
Right behind you. Yeah, just
We ain't gonna be able to do it.
we'll cheers in the stadium. Forgo the.
I'm just not used to this. The non-tailgating, the non-pregame drink, the non-JD on the rocks. Who the hell does this guy think he is? You really? Okay. We're really doing this, people?
Yep, they are.
Because one dumbass decides they want to make a double file line instead of a single file line? No.
And now all these motherfuckers are making double.
You're just creating traffic for us.
Yeah.
Mike, do we commit? Do we go left or we stay right?
You're driving. It's your call.
I'm staying right.
That's what I would do.
I'm staying right. Because these motherfuckers are going to have to merge over.
Yeah.
And there's no telling what they're going to have.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to have to merge. So
You know, it's weird how we do such a good job, like, policing our language throughout the hour-long podcast. And then as soon as we get close and we get into a little bit of traffic, the MFers just fly.
well, I try to.
We are listed as an explicit podcast, so, like...
Trust me, it shows.
Yeah. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I hear him talking I hear the stadium from here. And I kind of feel bad for our listeners at this point, just listening to us sit in traffic and try to get into this stadium. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We are commanding the commute. Now,
1 inch at a time.
yeah, 1 inch at a time. From what I can see here, the lot looks pretty full. Preseason games aren't necessarily known for packing the whole place out, especially a Friday night. All right, there's the fireworks. Wonder what those fireworks are for. 7:04.
Probably kickoff.
Probably kickoff. All right, folks. Well, I wanted to give you a report on what this looked like up here. But
It's a parking lot full of cars. You've seen one. You've seen them all.
We got fireworks going off.
Red, white, and blue fireworks going off as we're inching our way into the parking lot.
I think this is as good a time as any to sign off. We've brought you guys to the stadium. Obviously, you know we're pumped up for this game. Can't wait for our season opener, which is until week 3 is our next Command the Commute game. But we will see you guys all at the next one. Have fun watching tonight's game. Hail to the Redskins. See ya.
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.